Any questions? Houses? I think so. First, we'll finish the third topic. Then we'll come up to questions. Now, we have understood what are elements. The second point, we have understood predominant houses. Now, in short, I will go through planets. You have to understand planets. These are the three-legged stools. Like I told you, three keynotes on which you can prescribe. So even if you have this much knowledge and you go through these videos 5 times, 10 times, 15 times, I'm 101% sure that you'll be able to cure or at least give relief or understand the case 70%. You don't need anything else. So what I have summarized what I have learned in this 13 years, practically seeing thousands of cases. And this is the thing which works. Further, you will have to understand KP, Dasha, Drushti. There are so many things. But 90% of cases for fast prescription, where your case history is accurate, where you have taken a case history in details, this much is going to be more than enough. So you just have to master whatever I have taught you till now. Whatever queries you have, just go on net, type it, you will get the answers for it. Means you can go in details for each and everything which you have spoken to understand more about it. But nearly 100 or 150 hours of lectures or whatever I heard or whatever I read, I have summarized in this 3 hours, or I'm trying to summarize in this 3 hours. Okay. So now, in short, so what are planet characteristics, homeopathic point of view? So sun is ego, is a light giver, is your father, is your bones, is your heart. Sun becomes one of the most important planet in your chart because without light, you cannot exist. Without guidance, difficult for you to survive. So sun is your strength, sun is your immunity. So if you got a strong sun, you can say for sure that your Agni Tattva, your fire element, your immunity is good to fight against all diseases. So in a chart, if Agni Tattva planet, especially Sun and Mars, if they are very weak, if they are debilitated, that means your immunity to fight against the disease is less, and you're going to fall sick frequently, and the cure, which we all say has to be complete, permanent, is not going to take place in this patients at all, whether it be male or female, irrespective of whichever is your ascendant, whichever is your Rashi. Because this is Agni. This is the fire element, Sun and Mars. If not strong, they have to be healthy, especially in males. So Sun becomes one of the most important planets in your chart, and all Western astrology is based on sun signs. So like I had said, Sun in first house, eliminating symptom, especially Agni Tattva, egotism. Sun in 10th house, eliminating symptom, ambitiousness, industriousness. You could be a king, you could be a CEO of our organization. Agni Tattva, just remember Agni Tattva, Sun has to be strong. 159. These are the signs. Then this characteristics become more prominent. So Sun very strong first house, Sun very strong 10th house. So Abhijit Murta, which we say that you should do a Shubh Karya means an auspicious event at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. At that time, Sun is in your 12th house. Not your 12th house, at that time, particular time in that chart, Sun will always be in the 12th house. So Abhijit Murta is one of the best Murta to do anything positive, especially a business. Because Sun is going to be in your house of career, house of karma, that is 10th house. So Sun rules your immunity, Sun rules your bones. So if you've got a strong Sun, you've got a strong bone, strong immunity to fight against diseases. Second planet, Moon. Like Sun is very important for immunity. If you've got a very strong Sun but very weak Moon, or Moon is afflicted, means physically strong but mentally very weak. So having a good Moon is equally important to Sun, because you need a father, you need a mother. So Moon, all your Vimshotri dashas, all your periods are based on Moon. So Moon, mind becomes more important than your body. Because if your mind is good, you can help your body to work. So if your mind is good, you can achieve anything in your life, even though if you're physically not strong. So Moon is mind, Moon is your mother, Moon is your comfort, it is the water element, it is sensitivity. Like I said, you have got Sun and Mars very strong, but Moon is bad, Moon is afflicted, you will be cruel in nature. You could be a Hitler. You could be a tyrant. You could be a dictator. You have to have that empathy. So Moon is the empathy. Moon is the mind. Moon is your sensitivity. Moon is your caring mother element. So Moon becomes the most important planet other than Sun. Then comes Mars. Again, Agni Tattva. So Mars is very important for your ATP, very important for courage, very important for blood. If your Mars is not good, and majority planet in watery signs, Mars in a watery sign, you'll always have anemia. You'll always feel exhausted. Your circulation may be sluggish. You will feel lethargic. You'll feel indolent. Your BMI would always be not towards the higher. I mean to see, tendency for obesity would be there. Heat in your body would be less. So Mars is your ATP, courage, blood. You have got a good sun, you have got a good moon, but bad Mars means you don't have courage. So Sun and Mars become more important. Males, Mars is important for fertility, especially sperm motility. So Mars weak in a male, Sun weak, Mars and Sun weak, or more watery dominant person in males, the rubric would be effeminate. So that would be the drugs. And in contrast, in females, then they will have high testosterone. Male characters would be more prominent. They could suffer from PCOD, high testosterone type of issues in females. Then another planet, more important, is Jupiter, where we eliminate remedies very frequently, is wisdom or diligence, your conscience, whether to choose right or wrong. What most important planet is, or the planet for that is Jupiter. So Sun is king, Moon is queen, Mars is commander in chief, Jupiter is Birbal, or the high priest in your court. So Jupiter in Agni Tattva 159, good. Jupiter in 4, 8, 12, watery element, also good, especially 4 and 12. So practically in 6 signs, Jupiter is good. Bad in Capricorn, not very good in Aquarius, and Mithun, I mean to say, in Gemini and Virgo, also not that great. But in fiery and watery sign, Jupiter is good. So in Dhanu, in 9 number, he will stand for Dharma. Somebody like Chanakya. Jupiter Moon combination he may have in Dharma, in Dhanu Rashi, or in Sinha Rashi, in Leo. Chanakya Niti. It was pseudo diligency, but for the betterment of the king. So Jupiter is wisdom. Jupiter is your memory. Thinking beyond is also Jupiter. Expansion of your brain is Jupiter. And one of the most important planet for cancer. Without Jupiter, cancer cannot occur, especially benign growth. If Jupiter Rahu combination, or Jupiter Dasha Rahu Antardasha, Rahu Dasha Jupiter Antardasha, something like that, or Jupiter aspecting Rahu, or Rahu aspecting Jupiter, something like that, Jupiter Rahu Nakshatra, or Jupiter bad placement. So all psychotic diseases, all benign growths are related to Jupiter. So growth can be positive, growth can be negative. So both are governed by Jupiter. So strong psychosis. Sun, Mars, Sora or tubercular. Moon, Sora or syphilis. Jupiter, only psychosis. Or psychosyphilitic. So very important in cancer cases, see Jupiter. Then is Saturn. Saturn, like Jupiter, is expansion. Saturn is contraction. Sun is a light giver. Saturn, or bright. Saturn is dark. Sun is day, Saturn is night. Sun is king, Saturn is a servant. So sun, moon, even Jupiter believes in emotion, believes in getting things easy. Saturn believes in hard work. So Saturn is the practical part in you, is the hard work capacity in you. One moment. So Saturn is your ability to be industrious, is your ability to do hard work. Saturn's thinking is you will get everything in life only out of hard work. Sun believes in legacy. My father is a king, so I will be a king. Saturn tells if you deserve, you only then you will become a king. So Saturn is about pertinacity. Saturn is about grief. Saturn is about hard work. Saturn is about chronicity. So the hard working ability in you is given by Saturn. Like for PhD, if you are pursuing PhD, intellectual work, hard work, you have to have Kumbh Rashi or Aquarius very strong. That is the Rashi of Saturn. Mercury. Mercury is the learning ability of you. So is the logic. It is your CPU. It is your RAM. It gets exhausted very fast. You get in your PC, your RAM is full. Please free up your memory. All temporary memory is Mercury. All permanent memory is Jupiter. So RAM is random access memory of your computer. It's a temporary memory where everything is stored. Acute memory. That is Mercury. So Mercury gets exhausted very fast. It is the logic. It is the CPU. It is the learning ability. That learning ability is then converted into permanent memory. That is Jupiter. So Mercury is your concentration. So in all slow persons, basically autism, hyperactivity, ADHD, Downs, cerebral palsy, always look at Mercury or the learning ability of that person. So it must be, and Mercury is always very near to Sun. Mercury and Venus, these two planets' motions are always very close to Sun. So chances of it getting combusted are more, both Mercury and Venus. Any planet except Rahu and Ketu, when comes very close to Sun, it loses its energy. It gets combusted. It gets exhausted. So Mercury, when it is very close to Sun, the remedy or the rubric is brain fag. So eliminating rubric is brain fag. Exhaustion of memory. exhaustion of mind due to overwork. These are all the rubrics you will take. Remedies like phosphoric acid, remedies like sulfur, remedies like nux vomica, remedies like lycopodium. More mental night watching. Nux vomica lands up in issues. Cocculus, overwork, overnursing. So tendency to go into exhaustion when Sun and Mercury together or Sun and Venus together. Both Venus is ATP, so phosphoric acid. Like Mars, again Venus is also a sign of beauty. It is endocrine system. Venus rules your hormones, serotonin, dopamine. This all is ruled by Venus and Moon together. Happy hormones. Adrenaline, Mars. Cortisol, Mars. All steroidal hormones, Mars. All happy hormones, Venus. Especially dopamine, serotonin. So Mercury, Venus, just look for who have got dopamine deficiency, serotonin issues. So there would be combustion. So Mercury combusted. Mercury, when very close to Sun, or Mercury debilitated, or Mercury with Saturn, will decrease the learning ability of a person. Or it could be in eccentricity also. Mercury, which is debilitated, I have found people to be very intelligent. Even Einstein was intelligent, but their logic is misplaced. Means they will not understand simple things, but they may understand something complicated. And they usually tend to land up in Alzheimer's disease. Your voice is quite slow. So 1 second. AirPods are connected. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then somebody was saying that I'm not audible.
सर थोड़ा क्लोज कर लीजिए, थोड़ा वॉइस दूर है आई थिंक स्पीकर.
तो इस पे माइक पे हूँ, होना तो नहीं चाहिए.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay, everybody, there's no problem in the voice. Okay, I think so.
The voice is okay, sir. There is no problem.
No problem. Okay. Where were we? One second. Okay, so Mercury and Venus. We were speaking about Mercury and Venus. So it is exhaustion, brain. Mercury is random access memory of your computer, RAM. So it is short-term memory. So in Alzheimer's or in dementia, what you find, the short-term memory is lost, but they remember long-term. They will remember old events. So old events is Jupiter. And short-term memory is Mercury. So in dementia, Alzheimer's, see Mercury, and you can prescribe remedies for that. Zinc again comes up very strongly. Mercury being debilitated, Mercury being exhausted, Mercury being combusted. Sulfuric acid, one of the most important remedy I have given for combustion. Hepar very important remedy for combustion. So initially, extremely intelligent people, but after some time, during old age, they go into exhaustion. The mental ability decreases. So see Mercury. So there may be a Saturn-Mercury combination, Mercury-Ketu combination, or Mercury might be debilitated in such people. Venus. Now Venus is exalted or strong, means the person would be conscientious in terms of relationship. So there would be diligency, because Venus is Shukracharya. Venus is also like Jupiter. Venus is a guru of Danav or Rakshasas, demons. So what he says, you can enjoy company of female, wine, luxuries, but don't harm anybody. Or he is to keep them busy in all these three things so that their attention doesn't go towards destruction. So Venus and Jupiter, these two are Brahmins basically. So Venus holds the marriage together. So Venus, one of the most important remedy for conception, for most important remedy of sexual relationships. So if you are satisfied sexually from your partner, you will not look at another woman, or you will not look at another man. Because like moon, emotions not in your control, sexuality is also an animal instinct present in every human being. That has to be controlled, that has to be nurtured, so that we don't become animals. So here it is where Venus plays a major role. But diligency related to sex, diligency related to relations, where you believe in the logic of marriage, where you believe monogamy, where you believe that you should have relation with one person, that is Venus. So if Venus is debilitated, not combusted, debilitated, and there are no other positive planets aspecting the Venus. So don't worry if your Venus is debilitated. There are so many combinations in there. This is the very broad aspect or broad thing I'm telling you. So Venus debilitated or Rahu Venus together, especially a debilitated Venus, chances of that person remaining in one relationship or monogamy decreases. If Jupiter is aspecting a debilitated Venus, then it will not happen. That could mean only infertility. But usually I have seen if Rahu and debilitated Venus are very close, especially 8th house, chances of that person having multiple affairs increases significantly, or multiple physical relationship increases significantly, because the diligency related to marriage decreases, or they may not believe in the concept of marriage and they may go into live-in relationship, which at present is very common, but this could have been true around 20 years, 25 years or 50 years back. Nowadays, living relation can be common even with Jupiter, Venus. We don't know because things are changing. So the concepts which may be true hundreds, thousands of years back will not be true 100 years back, will not be true 50 years back, and will change now. And again, after 10, 15 years, the concept may change. Because monogamy is decreasing. Means it is not, means like in marriage, in shadi.com or all these websites, you are finding more of divorce cases rather than first marriages. The second marriage, third marriage is becoming more and more common. Previously, how it is, you were forced into marriage, even if things were not going well for you. Means I have seen so many patients, they don't know each other even after 40 years of marriage, or they don't have physical relation for 20 years, but still they are staying together because of tradition, because of society. So Jupiter was very strong before. Now it is becoming, so this is Kali Yuga. This is the Yuga of Rahu. So many students ask me, "Arey, mera Rahu idhar hai, Rahu with Moon is there, Rahu is with Venus is there." It is good. It is not bad, because in Kali Yuga, it is Darwin's theory. If you have to survive, you have to have Rahu, because Jupiter will not help you survive. Like cockroach survive from dinosaur time till now because he was ready to adapt. So Rahu can adapt. So this was a common, everybody was scared of Rahu or everybody was scared of debilitated Venus, something like that. No, you don't need to be scared. Because to success in Kali Yuga, you need Rahu. You need to be manipulative, you need to be deceitful. If you are very straightforward, if you are totally Jupiterian, because Rahu is also computers, Rahu is machinery. So if I don't have Rahu, I will not be able to speak to you through Zoom. Jupiter is traditional. It's like a Gurukul, like a class. But practically in Kali Yuga, it is not possible. So you need a Jupiter and you need a balance of Rahu. That is what I say. Don't let Rahu overcome you totally. Even if you're Rahu-Venus combination or Rahu-Moon combination, you will be a better survivor than a pure Jupiter. So now all conscientious remedies are also turning into pseudo-conscience. Like lycopodium, we tell it is a conscientious remedy, but nowadays you will find 90% of lycopodium to be pseudo-conscientious. नहीं, I don't give bribe, लेकिन मैं दूसरे आदमी को बोल देता हूँ, दे दो उसको, give, because otherwise I will not survive in business. So wherever needed, he has to give a bribe. Carcinosis is pseudo-conscientious. Even Aurum, I have seen, they don't do themselves, but they have got people who are doing it for them. They will not cheat anybody. So this is Kali Yuga. Don't be afraid of Rahu. Rahu, in fact, becomes very positive if you have to survive in this world at present. Then Venus, I told you. Then Rahu is desires, is illusion, it is greed. So Rahu, when you don't control it, so you have got one car, you need 10 cars. You can say you're going towards cancer. You have got one wife, you need 2-3 relations more. You know you're going into cancer. You have got enough money, but you have got more, you need more. So you know you are going into syphilis. So either you will go into diabetes, which is uncontrolled. You will go into blood pressure, which is uncontrolled. You may go into kidney failure. You may go into cancer. You may go into strokes. Rahu Mars combination. Brain stroke. So you have to work with each and every planet in moderation. So all planets are good. There is no planet which is bad. Saturn is not bad, Rahu is not bad, Ketu is not bad. But you have to use them in moderation. Like Jupiter, very good planet, but it can be very bad if you have got Cancer. Sun is very good planet, but then it can be very bad, which could land up in fractures or ego problems. So this is Rahu. Ketu is all about introspection. It is your identity. So loss of identity is Ketu. Positive part is you're surrendering yourself to God. Negative part is autoimmunity. Positive part is you can go into a deep trance. You can go into meditative state. You can attain moksha. So that is Ketu. So atresia, aplastic anemia, autoimmune type of disorders, motor neuron diseases, multiple sclerosis, these are all related to Ketu. Undiagnosed diseases, these are all related to Ketu, extremely difficult to cure. Rahu is more easy to cure. Ketu diseases are extremely difficult to cure. Ketu Jupiter combination, DMD, pseudomuscular dystrophy, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, genetic disorders caused by Ketu, spinal, I forgot the name, very rare disease. I had one patient, extremely difficult to cure. So the positive part is perspective.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Actually, earpods battery has. Okay. Share screen. So I was telling you about Ketu. So now I'll just summarize it once more. Sun is ego, light giver. Moon is your emotion. sensitivity. Mars is your courage, your ATP, blood. Jupiter is long-term memory, your wisdom, your conscience. Saturn is your hard-working ability, perseverance, pertinacity. Mercury is short-term memory, RAM. It is your logic, learning ability. Venus is your sexual relationships, luxury, beauty, endocrine system, and diligence related to marriage or sex. Rahu is desires, it is illusions, it is greed, it is cancer. In moderation, very good, especially in Kali Yuga. Ketu, surrender yourself to God. It can lead to identity crisis. It is the introspection ability in you. It is the autoimmune thing. It is the destructive tendency in you. Now, combination hints, most important. Moon and Rahu combination. Now, all these things are, I have seen it in my practice, and there are exceptions. I'm not going in exceptions. So Moon and Rahu, when close to each other, or Rahu close to ascendant degree, means Rahu's degree and ascendant degree very close, any house. Think about Ophidias, think about animal remedies. Why? Because of the greed, suspicion, possessiveness. These all qualities are more related to animal remedies. One exception is carcinosin. Cancer also has got this combination, but then there is pseudo-diligency. Moon plus Ketu combination is indifferent remedies, CPR. Again, animal remedies where they lack sensitivity. They can just cut off relations and go ahead. Even lachesis. Selfishness, again, Moon and Ketu combination. So Moon Rahu, Moon Ketu, as far as remedies are concerned, they are very close to each other. Moon Saturn combination, think of Muir elements. So you got Moon and Saturn. So that means you will be deep-seated grief is there. You are born with your mother having some grief during pregnancy or some disappointment during pregnancy. So you should always ask, has your mother suffered from any issues, suffered from any problems during pregnancy? Were you upset? So Muir elements and depressive remedies. This is eliminating, especially if it is close to each other. Moon plus Saturn, think about muriatic element, think about aurum, think about depressive remedy, think about aurum, mur, natronatum, heart remedies. But they all have to be introvert remedies, desire for tranquility, ailments from grief, or ailments from disappointment. This theme will run throughout their life. The psychotic reaction, if Jupiter is aspecting or other planets are good, they will not show it. But usually they are introvert and secretive type of people, Moon and Saturn together. Jupiter and Rahu, non-diligent for sure, or pseudo-diligency, especially very close to each other. Jupiter-Rahu combination, 8th house. They will show that they are extremely diligent, but non-diligent. Jupiter-Rahu combination, 12th house. Spiritual gurus. Spiritual Asaram Bapu. Or all these gurus who have landed up in jail. 12th house, Jupiter-Rahu combination. 100% sure. no questions about it. Especially if they are close. Huh? Now your Jupiter is at 1 degree, Rahu is at 29 degree. No. Jupiter is 1 degree, Rahu is a 3 degree. Means the difference between them should be 3 degree or maximum 5 degree to be 100% sure. The more apart they are, the intensity goes on decreasing. Mercury plus Rahu combination, manipulative for sure. Deceitfulness, planning, plans making many, dreaming. 101%. Venus plus Rahu, 101% high sexuality. If Venus plus Rahu plus Mars is there, 200%. Ask about sexuality. Ask about disappointment related to that. Or the problems between male and female would always be related to this. This marriage problem would be, I had one patient very close, their marriage compatibility, out of 36, it was 32. Means they would have gone to any astrologer, they would have said, hey, this is relationship will be great. Means there should not be any, means they do that marriage compatibility. There should not be any problems in marriage. Now this female has Venus debilitated with Ketu in 5th house. And male has got Venus, Rahu and Mars in 11th house. So even though it is 32 marks, means it is more than compatibility is there, but this combination is there in female and that and male. They have fights continuously. And he has got Ketu, he has got Ketu in 1st house, I think so. I don't remember. There was something Saturn or something like that. So he cannot express it also, and she does not have any interest. But they're living together for 20 years now. So what astrologer has said is right. They're living together, but the relationships are not good. So seeing individual chart also in marriage compatibility becomes important rather than just combining the gunas. So this is Venus Rahu combination. Mercury plus Ketu, autism or learning disorder. Or it may be cerebral atresia or brain development slow or delayed milestones. Or delayed milestones. Mercury plus Ketu combination. Then Saturn plus Ketu combination, especially 1st house, learning disability, cerebral atrophy, for sure. Cerebral atrophy for sure. Then Sun-Venus combustion, I told you, acids and halogens. Sun plus Rahu, Pitru dosha it is called. It is dosha to your father. So you can land up in heart diseases. Sun plus Saturn combination, atherosclerosis, CCF. I mean, this is what I have seen in patients. And there are many other explanations to this, but this is what we see in patients. Mars plus Saturn, staphysagria, one of the most important drug, vexation, mortification, kidney failures. I have got nearly 4 cases of staphysagria treated for CRF and hypertension. Same combination, Mars and Saturn. Staphysagria, especially 8th house. So this is proved fact. Mars plus Saturn, staphysagria. Venus plus Ketu, I told you, infertility, autoimmunity. Okay. So this is the presentation. Any questions now? Just we'll go through questions very quickly. Now, again, this is a very superficial but practical point of view to whatever I have taught you up till now. And even again, I'm repeating the same thing like a Baraita, but only this much if you know, you can come to conclusion in 70% of cases. You don't need to go through all the details. Yeah, if you are interested, then it's a different thing. Or if you're going to prescribe only on charts, then that's a different thing. Yes, if you have got a proper case history and you repertorize the chart in this fashion, which I have told you, do the combination and prescribe. Or you're not able to open up the patient is very secretive, go through the chart and ask question according to the chart, and you will get an answers. So this is the easiest way I can tell you. I don't think so I can make it more easier than this, because otherwise the more details I go, the things were becoming more and more complicated. Anything else? Any questions now? For 15 minutes.
Sir, I have a question. If sun is in, like you told us, in fiery house, like 1st, 5th, or 9th. And but
159.
if it is anywhere in 159, but if it is in earthy sign, then how will be sun?
Fiery sign cannot be earthy sign, no? 159.
No, fiery house in 1st, 5th, or 9th house, but in earthy sign.
No, then it is earthy sign only. No? You will take it earthy sign only. No? You will not take fiery sign. No?
No, but if suppose sun is in 5th house, but in Virgo sign.
Okay, sun in
So
5th house in Virgo, the effect will not be so pronounced, no? The sun will not be that strong. I mean to say that sun potency won't be that strong. So sun in, suppose, let's say, I will give one more example. Suppose your ascendant is 6th number, let's say Virgo. And your sun is in 1st house, Virgo. Okay? So he will have ego related to money matters. That how rich I am. He will boast related to money. Got it? Virgo is what? Earthy sign.
Yes.
So Virgo is all about money. So he will be proud or he will be egoistic about money matters or about his property. If it is in 4th house, let's say 4th house sun, earthy sign, Virgo. So he'll be proud about his car. See, I got a Mercedes. I got a big house. So the ego would be related to that aspect. Got it? Earth. If it is watery, then it would be sensitivity would be there, no? Okay, so that's why I'm told you, no, sun becomes powerful in a fiery sign, 159. Mercury in a earthy sign. Because Mercury is all about money. Venus would be more powerful in windy sign because it is all about expression. So that is how Venus will not be very good, not be comfortable in a what we say in a fiery sign. So the planet also needs an expression, no? Brahmin
Yes.
है, हाँ, तो he will not be about show, तो he will like to show off in Mars sign all this, but he'll be more powerful in Tula, he'll be more powerful in earthy sign where he'll show money, Taurus, in watery sign. So they are mild planets, so he'll be more powerful in this signs. Fiery planets will be more strong in fiery signs. Any other questions?
सर जो ये आपने कॉम्बिनेशंस बताए थे,
हाँ,
सर ये जो कॉम्बिनेशंस किसी भी हाउस में किसी भी साइन में हो तो
yes,
वही
yes,
रहेगा?
यही मतलब मैंने वो बोला ना, अभी उसमें कौन से प्लैनेट स्ट्रांग है, that becomes important ना.
Yeah. So for example, sir, you told that Rahu plus Mars is brain stroke. In case it is in fifth house and 10th sign, then इसको सर किस तरह से हम
राहु मार्स अभी 5th हाउस में है, नहीं जेरी को ब्रेन अफेक्शन मतलब राहु मार्स यूजुअली 1st हाउस में होगा, तो यू विल हैव इट मोर स्ट्रांगली ब्रेन स्ट्रोक्स.
because that is the head, yeah,
Head,
yeah,
that is
got
the
it.
head.
Yeah.
But Rahu and this in 5th house, this could be something problem could be related to stomach also, no?
Stomach.
Irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, or
Hmm.
that could be ulcerative colitis.
Okay. So
Yeah.
related to siblings too? Not sibling, that son.
Children, related to
Children,
children.
yeah, children, yeah.
Yeah, 5th house is children also, no? So it could be related to children also. In females, if you have got Mars and Rahu in 5th house, the womb would be hot. The chances of miscarriages increase.
Okay. So.
Blood clots would be there.
But sir, how affect this sign, like it is in Sagittarius, that fifth house,
Agni Rashi,
sign differs.
Agni Rashi, it would be more prominent. Na? Mars,
Yeah.
5-9, it would be more strong.
Yeah.
In watery sign, you will not find so much effect.
Okay.
4-8-12.
Yeah. Got sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So that is why I told you, no, you have to take all these three concepts into account. So, so there are 10 to 12 concepts, but I don't want to teach you all that concept because then you'll get confused.
Yeah.
But three-legged stool, like I told you, these three concepts you have to put it in every case. Then you will be perfect. Means that is why you will have to go through this video at least 4 to 5 times. Then and apply the same concept. You write it down and apply the same concept on every case. Then things will be very easy. Means you will be able to come to conclusion 5 to 10 minutes maximum. 5 minutes only, not even 10 minutes. Only there is these three concepts you have to use. Tattva, houses and planets, bus. Even signs is not important because in Tattva we are covering signs anyway. Tattva. So individual signs you don't need to go through details, just understand the Tattva. Elements, bus.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Okay. Where you at least 50 to 70% where you all able to get it? What did I say? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So even for old Umesh, I think so you are there. Yogesh is old. Nilesh old, I think. Kuch samjha, Yogesh, Umesh? They are on mute. Okay.
So from today's lecture, it become more clear, sir, whatever we learned till now.
So that was a problem even in the first series when we had taken. So if I give you too many concepts, then you become confused. So this is the nutshell. Only on you have to learn only this much, and you all have to be perfect in. Means there is nothing more I can teach you. I can only complicate it further. From here on, whatever you have learned, or whatever you can unlearn also, whatever I have taught you before. and only concentrate on this stuff, because this is what I've been doing in 90% of cases, even now, after 13 years of practice. So like what we say, polycrest, 90% of the cases you are going to cure by just 25-30 remedies, which you know. And you need rare remedies only occasionally. Same concept is in astrology. 90% of cases, or at least 70%, you can analyze in this fashion. 30% you will need other knowledge like nakshatras, dashas, transits, so many. There are so many things, so many concepts, which is a never-ending concept. And that concept is far greater than homeopathy. Greater means far vast than homeopathy. It is too vast a science to explain everything. So all of you just work on this concept, go through this video 2-3 times. I am very sure it should help you. Okay, chalo. Goodbye all of you. So we have covered nearly 100 hours of lecture concept in 3 hours. Chalo, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.